Okay, let me give you a view of the whole. So as I'm speaking about this, you can kind of see where we're going here. And then you're going to see that it perfectly matches the scriptures. It's going to perfectly match science, theology. It'll perfectly tell you what this is all about. And believe it or not, it's going to perfectly tell you what all that's all about. And you're going to find out that it's telling you all the same thing. And guess what? It's no coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence because it's all a part of the fractal whole. And you'll soon see what that is as it relates to what all that is, just quickly. And then you'll better understand what I'm talking about. So with all that in mind, keep in mind the scriptures that I just read, and then this will make perfect sense. Let's pull it back up to here again. What you're seeing here is a symbol for a sperm. It's just a symbol, but it's really the serpent. Okay, this is the fallen prince. This is the deception. This is on a macro level what he knows he has to do. He has to infiltrate the garden. He has to infiltrate the potential. He has to infiltrate the womb. And we're going to see where that is being symbolized, if you have some patience, as this flower right here, which is quite fitting for the garden. All of this locks into place. So, as I said, the image, if you read Genesis, the image of God has already been imparted unto mankind. And then, of course, the serpent comes after with his temptation. So, as he says, he wants to, he's challenging this image of God, and he's saying, that's not adequate. You're not necessarily in the image of God until you take this knowledge of good and evil. In other words, he's trying to superimpose his idea of God upon the already pre-existent program of man, the image of God, which is the singular path that we would travel to achieve our perfection of potential throughout all the ages ahead. Well, he diverted that, okay? So as we see, I'm not telling you that the serpent, okay, that the devil has put his sperm into Eve. Absolutely not. It's an ideological thing that we're talking about. You have to begin to start thinking on larger terms. And once again, the garden itself is taking place not over a few days or not over a few weeks or a couple years. It's a story that's been condensed, that is really taking place over hundreds and even thousands of years, depending on what portion of the passages you're looking at. It's been condensed. But on a spiritual principle, this is what this fallen prince is trying to do. He's trying to reprogram the image, the image of God in this world as himself. And you're going to see that that's where he culminates into the birthing of the image into the material world. Well, he's got to overcome something first. He's got to overcome that equational seal, which is held up by our dominion, which guarantees us the ability to reach the potential, the true potential of this world and even of ourselves. Now, not the fullness of the potential, not the perfection of the potential, but yet we are able to reach the potential. And it's up to us to how much of it that we're going to actualize in our lives. So as we understand this, now we get the infiltration, the temptation has been accepted. The serpent enters into the garden, enters into the womb, enters into the world of man. We, in a sense, by the collective, have accepted the sperm, which forms into the cell, that is the DNA, that's the program, that now creates the hereditary condition in which society will now follow and replicate itself upon. And of course, we're going to deal with a womb, which is incubation, a gestation. It's going to take place over a period of time. Now you see where this symbol comes into play. Many of you might know that this is the symbol for Lucifer, the circle with a dot in the center. Well, that's no mistake. That's symbolizing his entrance into the womb, and now here he is. This is the seeding of the garden event. I'll be back.